From the News Channel 5 Network, this is OpenLine.
Hello everyone, welcome to OpenLine. Look at this, we have a full house talking about the start of summer and anything in regards to boating safety on the water. Happy to have with us a group of people here who can answer your questions from TWRA, Tennessee Wildlife Resources Authority? Agency, TWRA. And so let's welcome Captain Dale Grandstaff. Captain Grandstaff, thank you for being here. Officer Nathan Karch, thank you for being here. And Officer Brad Bagwell, thank you for coming on, answering all the questions. Let's start with just an overview. Obviously, it's summer. Boating is the big thing a lot of people are talking about. Any changes? What do we need to be aware of?
Nothing new as far as changes go. Just I guess local people here need to be aware. If you're going to be on Percy Priest, there's been some speculation as to why it's low this year. The water's about 3-4 feet lower than it should be, and it's just because we haven't had the rain in the southern part of the state around the Murfreesboro area to fill the reservoir. So if you're on Percy Priest, you need to be careful boating out there. We've already had several boats have accidents hitting rocks with their prop and getting kind of stranded out there. But that's one of the main things we kind of wanted people to know that boat here locally.
Is that primarily just at Percy Priest, or are we seeing it all over the state?
Just Percy Priest. Our other lakes, like anything on the Cumberland River, we've had plenty of rain, and they're at summer pool already. So you're working Cheatham. What are you seeing in Cheatham?
Cheatham's been up a little bit, and they've been letting water through. So just with the trash, kind of watch out for logs and stuff. I was over on Saturday and Sunday, and the river was kind of trashed up, a little bit high. The Harpeth was too, a little muddy. But yeah, Priest is just for the local one around here. It's been a little low. So.
What are some of the things that boaters should be thinking about as they go out? Let's say you all pull up on a boat, you talk to them, whatever it is you're going to do. What are some things people should be aware of that you're going to be asking about?
Safety is our #1 priority. We're going to be checking for, of course, portable flotation devices, life jackets. They need to have enough for every individual on board. It needs to fit them. A lot of people, misunderstand that. They think that, they can have just, in general, say there's 5 people, 5 life jackets, and 2 of them might be infant. They have to fit them. We're going to be looking for a Type 4 throwable device. It's a throw cushion in a little square. Also looking for a registration to be valid through the current date and everything like that. So.
Those are the main things. Those
I guess
3. Fire extinguisher.
Fire extinguisher. Definitely looking for that. Make sure it's fully charged. So.
Are you all out there talking to lots of folks? I mean, are you? I don't know if it's pulling over is the right term, but I mean, how often do you go up and look for all of those things?
Well, we're not out there just to harass people. That's that's not our goal. Our goal is to make the lake safer. So if we are out there and we see a violation, whether it be at nighttime and they don't have their navigation lights on, or they don't have them on correctly, we'll pull them over and check them. And Brad's, you worked some of that last night, I think, on Percy Priest.
Yeah, over Memorial Day weekend. It was fairly busy this year. I know last year we had some rain. It was kind of dreary, but this year it was kind of on an uptick for Memorial Day on traffic we've seen, especially on Cheatham and Old Hickory and Percy Priest Lake where we work. But yeah, typically, like I said, what Nathan talked about, just general and safety inspections, just life jackets, throwable device. Any children 12 and under have to have it on while the boat is underway. That's a big deal that we will issue citations for correctly on that for sure.
Have to have on a life jacket.
Have to have it on if the boat is underway. That's just the federal regulation and state. Like I said, if you're out after dark, make sure your lights are working properly. And like I said, just anything. Like I said, we do deal with the people drinking and driving vessels and impairment. There's not per se an open container on Tennessee waterways, but if we do stop a vessel, the driver, may have alcohol at the helm or might show signs of impairment. We do give field sobriety tests. We can do actually on the boat as well on the bank, just like general roadway DUIs, but in a BUI on a marine setting. So
how often do you see that? How big a problem is impaired driving on our waters on a lake?
Typically, it depends. Like I said, a lot of it just logistics of it. There's not many of us on the water. We typically run 2 guys to a boat. On Percy Priest, we might have anywhere from 4 to 6 boats out. But then, with that being said, there's a lot of boats on the lake, anywhere from 2,000 to 3,000 on one particular weekend. So, if we do contact people and they seem impaired, we do give them, like I said, the sobriety test.
Both Brad and Nathan were both, I think, involved in some arrests on the lake this weekend for impairment.
Is that a big problem? Are you seeing that more and more, or less and less, or what about the same every year? Was
it more prevalent this year, you think, as far as arrests? It seems like it.
Yes, I say this year with more traffic, we were on an uptick this for this last 3-day weekend holiday.
So that's something people should absolutely be aware of.
Yeah, we discourage. I mean, we encourage a DD for sure, and discourage drinking, alcohol, anything. Because, like I said, you get on the lake, and everybody's probably heard this. You know, you have the lake effect, the sun. A lot of times, it's not a good idea to mix alcohol and water, especially. There's a lot that can go wrong.
And what about new laws this boating season, if there are any, and any new fees? Is there anything we need to be aware of there?
I guess one thing that people don't realize, it's not a law, but one thing they don't realize is how do they react to us? How do we want them to react in their boat when we approach them? We really just want them to cut the engine and just start drifting and let us pull along beside them. And they just don't need to turn towards us. They don't need to come to us. We need to go to them. So they just need to cut the engine, let us come to them. And if a boater on the lake or the river, if they see that we have someone pulled over, we've got our blue lights going, we're doing a sobriety check, we're doing safety inspection, we're doing whatever kind of inspection we're doing, they either need to clear out of the way, steer clear of the area where we're in, or they need to slow down to an idle speed. Because if they come through and they just slow down a little bit, they're going to create a wave that's going to come, throw the boats together, and we're going to have to push off, and we're going to have to stop what we're doing. So they just need to slow down completely to an idle speed or avoid that area completely. There's not a slow down or move over law for us on the water, but people need to be aware that they do need to steer clear or just completely slow down to an idle speed, just for a safety aspect. And they are responsible for their wake. So if they throw a wave, and it throws our boats together and it damages our boats, they're responsible for that damage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, so that's good. That's some protocol. Any other new rules or laws, or is it pretty much this year and last year, nothing major different there?
I guess the boating education, but it's not new, but it'd be something.
Oh yeah, boating. Okay, what about that?
Well, a while back they passed a law. Anybody born after January 1st, 1989 in Tennessee has to have what they call a boater safety education. It's kind of like a driver's license for boating, but they call it a safety exam. And basically all the rules and regulations regarding navigation, they go over, the class goes over, red and green buoys, navigational channel markers, regulations regarding on size vessel, class vessels, what you need to have safety equipment wise. But they enacted that a while back. So anybody right there at that age, anybody born after January 1st, 1989 has to have that. And like I said, we'll ask for that too if the driver seems of that age class.
You'll ask for what, proof that they've been through?
Yeah. The years I started working, I've been on about 10 years. It was just finally coming around, but now I'm starting to see people, when I stop them, they've already handed me their boat registration and they have the little blue and white card right behind it, which is their boat safety certificate. So seeing a lot more of that now.
So right now, this time of year, you're very focused on our waterways, lakes.
Yes.
You do more than that, though. You regulate more than just the lakes.
Yes.
And this hunting is a big deal. I mean, in this first segment, I like to try and just kind of set the table. People can call in with any other question, but some other things we were talking about, the turkey bag limit reduced, and elk hunting, and hunter education classes. What are some other things I guess people should be aware of beyond just the lakes?
Well, along with the lakes, the fishing opportunities right now around the state.
Right.
Kind of what's going on with our lakes and our reservoirs. We have been working below Cordell Hull Dam a little bit, and a little bit more enforcement up there this year because of the rockfish run, the striper run. The large rockfish coming out of Old Hickory Lake go up to the dam, and that's as far as they can get really. but they're trying to spawn, so the large fish are there, and so when they're stacked in there, they're a little easier to catch. So there's a 2 fish limit. So some people want to take 3, 4, 5, or 6. So we've been working that a little bit and trying to knock that back a little. We've had some complaints of people keeping over the limit there. So just fishing opportunity right now for sure around the state. And then some of the things you mentioned, a few changes in our hunting seasons that our commission just passed recently. Anything else you guys think of that's kind of...
There is a free fishing day approaching.
Right.
June 11th. That's kind of geared towards the children and the kids, just to get out there and introduce them to fishing if they've not been introduced to it before. It just gives them an opportunity to get out there, enjoy the outdoors. A lot of officers will be putting on this event. They will give them bait and tackle and even stock fish into certain ponds and allow them to come and fish and things like that. So they get a really good opportunity to do that. They still have to abide by the state regulations, but you don't have to have a license during that time.
So that it's a free fishing day. What day is
June
that?
11th.
June 11th.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, very good. All right, we're going to take a break. Kind of set the table there. If you have a question about hunting or fishing or boating, give us a call. There's a number, 615-737-PLUS, 615-737-7587. Take a break. Be back right after this.